Most people are terrified of conditional probability. They see those conditional probability signs and they freak out. But here's the fact: you don't need to be afraid of conditional probability. You know why? Because all probability is conditional. Conditional probability is when you have to find the probability of A given B, find the probability of one event given that another event is occurring. Now, that might sound scary, but the fact is, the only type of probability that you could actually ever do is a conditional probability. It's not always phrased like that, but you need to have the conditions to do this. I'll give you an example. Here is a non-conditional probability. Supposedly the easy kind, but as you're about to see, they're actually impossible to do a non-conditional probability. Here's the question. What is the probability of getting a blue sock? Well, there's no way to answer that. Under what circumstances, what you're asking? You're saying, well, how many socks are there? You're saying, how many blue socks are there? You're saying, give me some more information. You know why? Because you want to do conditional probability. That's the only kind that makes any sense to do. Now let's look at the conditional probability version of this. What is the probability of getting a blue sock given that you have 3 blue socks and 20 total socks? See how easy that is? That's just 3 out of 20. Conditional probability is the easy one. Non-conditional probability is impossible. All probability is always conditional. Just sometimes we don't really talk about it explicitly that way. Here's the notation. You see that vertical line there? That this is written, this PA with a vertical line B, that's just the probability of A given B. The probability of A given B is that APA vertical line B. Now, there is a formula out there that terrifies people. I'm going to show you there's no reason to be at all afraid of that formula. So here is a Venn diagram. We can see that this left circle here represents A. We can see that the right circle here represents B. And the overlap area here, that we're going to call A, intersect B. And I'm even going to just kind of color it in, maybe I'll color it in orange or something. Or no, I'm going to color it in this color. So this shaded area here, that is A intersect B. And if you're familiar with Venn diagrams, you know that that's just the overlap area. And we write it using this notation A and that sort of upside down U, B. If you're not familiar with that, by the way, let your teacher know. You want to get familiar with this before you use it for probability. So now suppose I want to find the probability using this diagram of A given B. There's a formula out there that gives everyone a heart attack, but I'm going to show you how simple that formula is. There's nothing to be afraid of. We're saying the probability of A given B. So this given B, what does that mean? It means it has to be in the world where the only thing allowed is B. So you know what I'm going to do? I am going to erase everything that's not B, because I don't care about the rest of the world, because I'm saying it's given B. All that matters is what happens in the world of B. So now we just go back to that basic fundamental idea of probability, which is what? Part over whole. It's so easy here. The part is the shaded area, A intersect B, and the whole is all of B. So if I want to find the probability of A given B, that's so easy. I'm just going to write it over here to the left. It's going to be the probability, just the part, that's A intersect B, that's the part, over the whole, which is the probability of the entire thing, which is the probability of B. Now, math majors and stats majors, econ majors, they see this, they freak out. You don't need to freak out. It's just part over whole. Conditional probability is not a special kind of probability. All probability is conditional. If you don't have any conditions, if you don't have any givens, you can't even do a probability problem. You will always need to have some givens. So don't freak out when somebody talks about conditional probability. It's not just the easier kind, it's the only possible kind. Non-conditional probability is impossible. Only conditional probability can be done.